Kruger here from the Pig in a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video, and this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Aura, and we'll have more about them in a moment. But Pig in a Pickle, check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Get the brisket chili. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Tell them that Larry Kruger sent you. All right, let's talk a little bit about the upcoming NFL draft. It's in April. The 49ers, though, have already met with players at both the Hula Bowl and the East-West Shrine game. So let's talk about some of the players that the Niners have already met with. And there's some really good ones on this list. Some guys that would be outstanding draft choices or signings after the draft. We'll start with the Hula Bowl. The Niners had a contingent that went to the Hula Bowl. And one of the guys they met with is Jalen Ramsey, 24 PBUs at Texas Tech, 5 college seasons, 3 at UCLA, 2 at Texas Tech. He only's got the 1 career interception, but he's physical, he's quick, he can play press man coverage, he can play off man coverage. Probably going to be a day 3 pick, maybe a late day 3 pick, but at 6'3", 215 pounds, he's smart. He, as I said, he can play press man. He can play off man. He's a good player, smart player, and 24 PBUs in 2 years at Texas Tech. So he knows how to arrive at the ball. So remember that name, Rayshad Williams from Texas Tech. Another guy that they met with at the Hula Bowl was PJ Jules. Now, I really, really like PJ Jules. He's a safety from the Salukis, played for Southern Illinois, wore number 4, 6'1", 209-pound player. This guy's he can play everywhere. He can play linebacker. He's got strength of a linebacker. He plays strong safety. That's his best pro spot. But in the college game, he's played corner. He's played free safety. He's been everywhere. Led the team in tackles as a junior with 66. He's an athlete who's from the Orlando, Florida area. 3-star high school recruit, ran track in high school, majored in criminal justice, played in 2023 against Northern Iowa, had 11 tackles in that game, 96 tackles on the year, named first team All-American by the AP, and then 109 tackles as a senior, 13 tackles for loss, 11 PBUs. He's the defensive leader for the Salukis. He holds the school record in pass breakups. Had FBS offers from Syracuse and Florida Atlantic, but decided to go play for the Salukis. And had 15 tackles in their game against Southeast Missouri State. Loves to play the game. 280 career tackles in 56 games. This guy is a machine. Really love PJ Jules, and probably going to be a day 3 pick at safety. We'll see what he runs in the workout, either at the combine if he's invited or at his pro day. But PJ Jules, remember that name. It's a memorable name, and he's got a memorable game. He plays for the Salukis of Southern Illinois and is really a solid player. Really like PJ Jules. All right, let's go to the next guy, Taylor Upshaw, a defensive end from Arizona. Wore number 11 for the Wildcats, 6'5", 270. He was all Pac-12 honorable mention. He's a grad student from Bradenton, Florida. Started all 13 games as a senior. Led Arizona with 8.5 sacks this year. He's the son of Regan Upshaw. If you say, who's Regan Upshaw? Regan Upshaw went to Pittsburgh High School, played for the Cal Bears, had a 9-year career in the NFL. And this is his son, Taylor Upshaw. He's also got a brother who plays at Clemson. But Taylor played 5 seasons at the University of Michigan. Then he went to Colorado for a year, and then he finished up at Arizona. He had 2 sacks this year against Stanford. Just natural football instincts, real good motor, 3-star high school recruit. Led Arizona in sacks and TFLs this year. When you watch his film, he plays standing up as an outside backer in Arizona's scheme. So I don't know if he's a perfect fit for the Niners. He's kind of a try-hard guy. There's not tons of bend and explosion, but as an undrafted free agent, he's definitely worth an invite to camp. 6'5", 270, good motor, smart player, A lot to like as far as a high effort guy. I don't see the outstanding quick twitch that you see in a top edge rusher. And he's going to have to learn to play with his hand in the dirt if he plays in the Niners system. But Taylor Upshaw is an intriguing guy, and if you invited him to camp as a body, I think he would have a chance to make the team, or at least the practice squad. Very interesting player. Let's move on to the fourth guy that they met with, and that's Jack Freeman, the center from Houston. I really like this guy. 6'3", 300 pounds, Heritage High School in the state of Texas. He's already earned his bachelor's in science and kinesiology. Really smart. Was the Joe Roth Award winner at the Hula Bowl. Kind of an inspirational guy, 6'3", 300-pounder, team captain at the University of Houston, only allowed 3 sacks and 434 opportunities. I really like this player. I think this could be a day 3 steal. He's an all academic first team guy. He was only a 2-star high school recruit. They say his nickname's Bub. But the guy can sing, he can dance, he can draw, he can fish, he can act. He says he fears the water. He loves eating chicken wings. His hero is Tom Brady, and his inspiration is his mom, Cindy, who's battled cancer. But when you turn on the film and you watch Jack Freeman play, he's got great quickness, excellent run blocker, kind of a nasty finisher, and he's a good scheme fit for Kyle Shanahan's scheme with the Niners. So, Houston had a pretty good team this year, and Jack Freeman definitely is a day 3 sleeper pick to remember. Easy name to remember, Jack Freeman, University of Houston. If you flip on the Houston film, he wore number 4 for the Cougs and is a really nice player, and they met with him at the Hula Bowl. A couple other guys they met with at the Hula Bowl, defensive backs. Al Woods, the defensive back, 4.42 speed, good closing speed, physical player versus the run, had a 73-yard pick 6 against Wake Forest in 2021, 59 games in 5 seasons at Pittsburgh. So interesting player, smart, aggressive, day 3 player, maybe an undrafted free agent, Al Woods, cornerback from Pittsburgh. Let's go on to the last one that they met with at the Hula Bowl, and that's Gabe Jeudy Lally, the corner from Tennessee, 6'2", 190 pounds. He wore number 1 for the Vols. He's from Austin, Texas, moved to Texas at the age of 5, played 3 years at Vanderbilt, 1 year at BYU, and then finished up at Tennessee. He's a grad transfer. He was a soccer player as a kid, played a lot of soccer until he moved to Texas, and then he became an all-academic player. He went to high school in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's got 4 sisters and 2 brothers, so he's from a big family. His grandfather played soccer in the Ukraine. And this is a guy who's really interesting. He's working on his master's degree. He speaks fluent Russian. He's a big cornerback who's really, really physical. Says his mother is his role model. Just a lot to like there. Gabe Jeudy Lally. And probably going to be a day 3 pick. But he's got good size as a corner. He's smart. And he's very much a developmental player, but you may see them sign him after the draft. I don't think he'll get drafted, but I think he'll be a good after the draft player. So those are the players they met with at the Hula Bowl. Then they went on and moved on to the East-West Shrine Game. But before we go into the Shrine Game participants, let's get a word from our sponsor of today's video, Aura. Have you ever typed your name on the internet and seen all of your private information is online? Are you tired of receiving tons of spam calls from random numbers? Are you receiving more and more of these as time has gone on? Well, that's where Aura, the sponsor of today's show, can really help you out. Data brokers sell your information to scammers and spammers and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, your email, your home address, all your records, your health records, who your relatives are. It's all out there. That's why I've been using Aura. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it also protects me from hackers who could use the information to help them access my social media accounts, my bank accounts, or any other sensitive information. Aura also does so much more to protect me and my family from online threats I can't see. I get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It's really easy to set up. And best of all, I get everything at one affordable price. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to the link in the description to start your 2-week free trial. And thanks to Aura for being a sponsor of the Krug Show. Now let's talk a little bit more about some of the prospects the Niners met with at the East-West Shrine game. It was in Frisco, Texas this year. Gabriel Murphy, the defensive end for UCLA. Now, there's a lot to like here. He's a Dallas, Texas kid. You look at him at first and you're like, he kind of gets outshined by Latu on the other side. But he's got a really nice swim move. Kind of a naturally strong guy. He doesn't have the long levers that you're looking for, 30-inch arms, but violent hands. He's got a twin brother. He's an honor roll student. He had a couple sacks this year against Stanford. He's got a very quick first step. Now, he lacks length and he lacks that high-end athleticism and bend that you're often looking for in an edge rusher. But the guy is a smart player. He's got quickness. He beats you with quickness. He started his college career at North Texas and then transferred to UCLA. As I said, he's got a twin brother. But if you watch him, he's violent with his hands. He can split double teams. He had 16 tackles for loss. He had 8 sacks in 2023. He's got some moves. He's 6'3", about 260 pounds. He's not a special athlete, so he's probably more of a day 3 guy. But there's a lot to like. And you can see the football character just comes screaming off the film when you watch the highlights of Gabe Murphy. So Gabe Murphy from UCLA, an interesting player, and they met with him as well. Couple guys here that I really love that they met with, and that's the first one is Christian Mahogany, who's a guard from Boston College. And he wore 73 at Boston College. This guy is awesome, man. 6'3", 320 plus, just jarring power. I mean, just unbelievable power. Violent, physical finisher. He's got that kind of bully mentality. He can move and pull. He's got strong hands. The footwork definitely needs some work, but 12 starts at right guard in 2023. He was a first-team All-ACC player, only a 3-star high school recruit, but he's made 34 career starts, 11 at left guard, 23 at right guard. Was unbelievable in 2021. He busted out in 2021 and was fantastic. Only allowed 1 sack in all of 2021. Then 2022, he missed his entire season with a torn ACL. He was playing hoops in the offseason, trying to get in shape. He tears the ACL playing hoops. So he misses the 22 season, but came back in 2023. He was a 3-year starter. He's a tone setter. He's a New Jersey kid who went to Paramus Catholic High School, grew up in Elmwood, New Jersey, and just, he's just a guy who plays with a lot of power, and he really stood out at the East-West Shrine game practices and in the game. So I just love that incredibly physical, almost nasty, looking to just bury you in the run game offensive guard, and that's this kid, Christian Mahogany. Remember that kid's name from Boston College. I think that will be a great selection for the 49ers. If they really want to change their mentality on that offensive line, they got to get some big freaking maulers up front, and this kid is exactly that. I mean, he will bury you. He's looking to just absolutely seek and destroy. So he needs some technique work. He needs some footwork. But what this kid's got is just toughness and power and strength and attitude and athleticism. And, he's just a really good player, and he's nasty. So to me, Christian Mahogany, one of my favorite players that they've met with so far this season, or at least that they met with at the East-West Shrine game. Another guy that I absolutely love, and I think that he's a guy that I would definitely invest a pick in, is Mason Pline, who plays tight end for Furman, 6'7", 260. He was a 2-sport high school star. He played hoops and he played football. He's a graduate student. He's from Fowler, Michigan. Started off as a basketball player at Ferris State and then transferred. Super smart, mechanical engineering major, has already graduated with his degree. He's now working on his master's at Furman. I mean, there's just so much to like about this kid. 6'7", 2'6", excellent hand-eye coordination, a mean streak. I mean, there's a lot to love about Mason Pline. I mean, when it gets to day 3 of the draft, if you're the 49ers, draft this guy. Draft this guy. This is your developmental tight end that you want next to George Kittle. You put this guy on the. I mean, he's going to make plays in the red zone. He's going to make plays in the air. He's super smart in a system where you got to be super smart, especially at tight end. I love these two guys, Christian Mahogany and Mason Pline, and they met with both those guys at the East-West Shrine game. A couple other guys that also are of note that they met with. Jamree Kromah, the D lineman from James Madison. He wore number 9, 6'4", 275. He's a little bit of an end. He's a little bit of a tackle. He started at Rutgers. He played 4 years there. He's from Glen Arden, Maryland. But as I said, he started at Rutgers. He graduated with a degree. He's pursuing a postgraduate degree. He played huge in that game. So I'm not sure exactly where this guy fits in at 6'4", 275. He might be an undersized inside guy. He doesn't have crazy twitch to come off the edge. He might be a little bit of a tweener who's not really kind of what you're looking for as an end or a tackle, but there's a lot to like. And if you're looking for a productive player who's smart and athletic, and can, maybe be, a guy who can play, kind of a versatile role, play every spot on the D line. He's not going to hold his point. He's not going to hold his ground at the point of attack against, in the A gap. He's not a nose guard. He's much more of a defensive end, or maybe a 5 technique and a 3-4. I'm not sure exactly what his spot is, but man, when you're talking about the smarts, the production, the versatility, the burst, the power, there's a lot to like. Remember that name, Jamree Kromah, for James Madison. Another guy that's really interesting is the BYU tight end, Isaac Rex. Isaac Rex is the tight end from BYU. He wore 83. He's 6'6", 255. He's from San Clemente, California. So he probably knows Sam Darnold. They're both from San Clemente. He's an older guy. He served his mission in Samoa. He's fluent in Samoan. So his father, Byron, was an All-American tight end at BYU. Isaac Rex is an older guy. He's a more mature guy. He's got a son already. He enjoys surfing and playing pickup hoops and playing pickleball. He teaches Sunday school. I mean, this guy's, kind of a rare find. He's a history major. In high school, he won the national high jump championship in high school down in San Clemente. He's got good speed. He had a monster season in 2022, and then he had ankle surgery to roll. Very mature, very smart, very quick feet. Probably a day 3 pick because of his age and the injuries. He'll have to be, some of the medicals will have to get checked out to see, how that ankle looks post-surgery. He had a bunch of things put in that ankle when he had surgery on it. But Isaac Rex, really, his tape is really good. And if you watch him in the red zone, you think, man, this guy's good. This guy's got the ability to make some plays. So just remember that name, Isaac Rex. He wore 83 for BYU. And the last guy they met with is Kedon Slovis. And Slovis is not one of my favorites. I really I'm not a fan of his game. He went to Desert Mountain High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. So he probably knows Brock Purdy. And he spent 3 years at USC. I never was impressed with him at USC. He went to Pittsburgh. He had a bad year there. 10 touchdowns, 9 picks, completed only 58% of his passes, and then was a grad transfer and finished up at BYU. He was the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year in 2019 at SC. His high school quarterback coach was Kurt Warner. But 28-17 in college, had a shoulder injury in 2020, has had some elbow injuries, kind of an average arm, not really a runner, kind of a slow processor. The clock runs a little slower than you want. He won't be drafted, but he's a tough kid, and he's 6'3", 215 pounds. Niners met with him. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of Kedon Slovis. Didn't like him at USC. Saw him a little bit in this All-Star game. Didn't like him in the All-Star game. So not a big fan of his game, but he was one of the guys the 49ers met with. So once again, just to wrap this up, the 49ers, went to the Hula Bowl and they went to the Shrine Game, and they've met with a number of players. And I would say the ones that are most interesting, Rayshad Williams from Texas Tech, the corner, very interesting. PJ Jules, the safety, strong safety from Southern Illinois. Love him. That's a fantastic player right there. Taylor Upshaw is more of a camp body, undrafted free agent type, but he's got good bloodlines and good size at 6'5", 270. Jack Freeman, I think, is a sleeper center prospect from the University of Houston. Really like Jack Freeman as a day 3 pickup, or maybe an undrafted guy. And then, the corners, Al Woods and Gabe Jeudy, Lally, are, I think, more like undrafted free agents. They're both interesting, but I don't know that either are great. Gabe Murphy's tape from UCLA is really, really good. He's not an exceptional athlete, but a very productive player. The one thing about, he had 8 sacks this year and 16 tackles for loss. And the one thing that does translate typically from college to the pros is your sack production. So Gabe Murphy might not be a bad pick on day 3. Love Christian Mahogany, the guard from Boston College, just a brawler, tough, physical bully, tone-setting monster at guard. To me, he's a foundation kind of piece player, probably going to be a day 3 pick. Love the tight end Mason Pline from Furman. Think that's one of the steals of the draft. Mean streak, hoop player, crazy athlete, incredibly smart. It's hard to beat his profile. And then Kromah is, Kromah, I should say, Jamree Kromah. Kromah is, probably an undrafted free agent, camp invite. It wouldn't shock me if he made somebody's team, though. And then Isaac Rex is an older tight end prospect, but a lot to like there. And then Kedon Slovis, quarterback prospect, I'm not a big fan of. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video as well. And thanks to all you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.